Cosby is out of prison after Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his sexual assault conviction. The court cited an agreement between Cosby's attorneys and a previous prosecutor, and that said that agreement was violated. Cosby was accused of drugging and assaulting a woman at his home in 2004. He tweeted his appreciation for the court's decision and for the people who have supported him. His accuser, Andrea Constand, said yesterday's majority decision is not only disappointing, but of concern in that it may discourage those who seek justice for sexual assault in the criminal justice system. Nicole Weisensee-Egan is a journalist who first started covering the story when Constand went to the police in 2005. She joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So for those of us not really tied to the case, this kind of really came out of the blue yesterday. I'm curious if you and maybe other victims kind of had an idea. Did you know during the civil case that this deal was being struck? And was this a concern when the criminal case started?
Yes, I started covering this back in 2005 in January when this whole story broke for the first time, and I write about it in my book, Chasing Cosby. There was no glimmer, no whisper, no anything that the press release Bruce Castor put out announcing he wouldn't charge Cosby in 2005 was also an immunity agreement. I mean, that did not come out till 10 years later when the case exploded again. And there's zero proof that there was ever such a deal with Cosby. So the Supreme Court's decision on this is shocking for many, many reasons. Also because the remedy was so extreme to free him immediately and bar the prosecution from trying him again. It truly seems like something is off here.
So my question, Nicole, is, are there other women who maybe did not come forward earlier with cases where the statute of limitations has not expired and could still maybe bring something forward against Mr. Cosby?
I mean, that's possible. There are 60 plus known victims who've come forward at this point. I think there are actually hundreds out there who have not come forward. Maybe this will prompt some of them to go to the authorities with what happened to them, their anger at him once again getting special treatment. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one.
Can you talk about what Cosby mentioned in the civil case, what he specifically said that then helped in that criminal case?
He made remarks about giving quaaludes to women he wanted to have sex with.
Do you have any insight into the psychology behind, someone who is wealthy, well-liked, a celebrity, successful, and yet feels the need to do such things?
And again, not to plug the book, but I'm going to. I deal with that a lot in the book, Chasing Cosby, and there were allegations made in a filing that he is a somnophiliac, that he likes to have sex with unconscious women. And in fact, when he was designated a sexually violent predator at his sentencing in 2018, that was the diagnosis they came up with for him.
I know you've done work speaking with some of the victims and some of your work that you've done, but have you talked to any of them since this decision came down yesterday?
Yes, I've talked to a few of them. The reaction's kind of mixed. Some are just really upset. Tamara Green, who's an attorney herself, is a little more pragmatic about it. She said, let's remember you served 3 years. Prison can change you. And at his age, 3 years is a long time. But, I think there's just a lot of shock. I mean, it was very unusual for them to just order his release immediately. I can tell you that the average poor defendant who has a public defender doesn't get this type of treatment.
Well, Nicole, thank you so much for joining us. For more, you can check out Nicole's book, Chasing Cosby, The Downfall of America's Dad. You can also follow her on Twitter and visit her website. Thank you so much for joining us.